Oh. Why, hello. What this? Oh, no, I'm just reading a bedtime story. Rip Van Winkle, it is called. Of course, I'm sure you're not just here to watch me read children's stories. No. I know exactly why you're here. You want to know. You want to know about the great Emperor Marcus Aurelius Commodus Antonius Augustus, or as he's better known the world over as Emperor Commodus. The not-so-good emperor. I threw in that last bit. Because what the hell. For this, I will require my biggest of books, so big that it does in fact conceal my seminar script. This just happens to be the holiest of holies, the Holy Bible, the Holy Bible. Thank Christ. Put my reading glasses on. Need that to read. So, Marcus Aurelius Commodus Antonius Augustus. We begin. On 31 of August, 161 AD, he was 10th in line with 14 brothers and sisters. He was born a twin, but the twin unfortunately did not live past the age of 4. In fact, Commodus was the only of Marcus Aurelius' sons to live past childhood, which is very, very sad. Marcus Aurelius was one of the last of the good emperors. There were 5. He was the last, all of which inherited their sons through adoption. Adopted the son, adopted the rights, adopted the heir. Commodus was in fact the first Roman emperor to inherit the entire empire through nothing but birth, through blood. The first born of purple. The two of them seemed to rule in coexistence, rule the empire together. At 15, Commodus was appointed consul for the first time, and when Marcus Aurelius died in 180, he left Commodus, an 18-year-old, full rule of the entire empire. Cruelty, vanity, power, and fear formed into a terrifyingly dangerous mix of bloodlust, suspicion, and megalomania. Let me say that again. Megalomania. He promised the Roman military to keep expanding the empire, picking up where his father left off, but he didn't, and in fact, let most of the barbarians take back the land that Marcus Aurelius had fought for, which is irresponsible, childish. What else was considered childish and foolish was he later participated in gladiatorial combat. He would often drape himself in lion skin to mirror the great hero Hercules. Whenever he fought other citizens or gladiators, he would always have himself a steel sword, while his opponents would have wood ones. It was apparently so foolish to watch him, the people in the stands often had to resist the urge to laugh. Tea is so good. He was very jealous of the fame that gladiators seized. There was one instance in particular where Julius Alexander performed incredibly. From the back of a horse, with the throw of one javelin, he managed to take out a single lion. Commodus was so impressed by this that he had him executed, because no one should be that talented. He intended to open a new expansion of Rome in which he would build a new arena with a gladiator school in which he himself would teach. Senators found this to be a complete act of madness and decided that he should be put out of his misery. One of the leaders of the assassination was Tiberius Claudius Pompeianus, who happened to be married to Commodus's sister, Lucilla. Tiberius Claudius Pompeianus is a twice-elected consul who was his main rival for emperor. If Commodus fell, it would be this man, who inherited everything. It was, in fact, Tiberius's son who tried to kill Commodus Quintanus. They were both executed when the assassination attempt failed. And Lucilla was banished, where she later died in exile, so no happy endings there. Another man, Quintus Aemilius Laetus, led a plan to poison Commodus, but the poison merely gave him a very bad tummy ache, made him throw up everything in his stomach, which included the poison, which is not good, because if you want poison to kill someone, it needs to be inside the person, not outside. There was, however, a very nice backup plan. Commodus had a wrestling partner named Narcissus, who, in the dead of night, later that night, snuck into his room and strangled him to death. Commodus died in 31 of December 192 AD. Happy Christmas. Good night.